Why is the structured walk important?
Welcome to episode number 2!
Dos deuces.
Yeah! Second episode. And only because you guys are asking questions, which is amazing.
So we actually
Awesome.
had questions to answer.
Good questions.
Really good
Multiple
ones.
questions. So there's going to be there's going to be episode number 3 already we know of. There's already going to be episode number 4. It's going to be awesome.
Got it.
It's going to be
got
awesome,
you.
guys. We
got your
appreciate all the questions, all the views from last video. Super cool. So, like Amy said,
I think we did really good for the first video.
yeah,
Reviews
I'm
for
excited.
people watching.
Yeah. Well, I think it was cool because everyone's like, that helped so much. And we were like, yeah, wow, that's awesome. So, the structured walk, we had a question from Janelle Rose, mom, shout out, on the structured walk. So, just in general, what it means, why we do it, and also the tools that we use. That was another one of the questions. And how we get our dogs just to walk nicely on a walk so that we're not getting dragged all over, and so that it's uncomfortable and it's just chaotic, and then we don't want to take them for a walk.
And then you're just like, I hate walking my dog. And then it becomes,
I can't walk my dog.
I can't walk
Yeah.
my dog. I hate my dog.
I need knee pads, elbow pads, and a helmet to walk my dog.
And my dog is being an a-hole at home.
Yeah,
Pardon my language. Well,
but it's
it's
true.
real talk.
It's true.
If you don't give your dog a structured walk every day,
Every day.
every day,
Every day.
you are doing your dog a disservice. I told you earlier, I said if I had $1 for every time a new client said, well, I have a fenced-in backyard, so we don't need to walk.
Yeah.
No, I'm about to blow up your spot. I don't care if you have a fenced-in backyard. I don't care if you live on a 20-acre farm. If you do not put your dog on a leash and teach your dog leash skills and teach your dog that you're a leader, your dog will never respect you.
No respect. You'll just be
Zero.
buddies. And it's good to be friends with your dog, but
There's a time and a place.
there's a time and a place. Exactly.
So, a question that I got was, well, I like to give my dog the freedom to be a dog on the walk. And I said, that's fine,
time and
but
place.
time and place. So walk your dog for 20 minutes. Then, when you get to a certain spot, break your dog of
Yeah.
the structure and the rules, because they've earned it.
You're having trouble, like she said, whether if you live out in the country, you live in the city, wherever, there's always time for a structured walk. Because even dogs that have free range and they do have a fenced-in backyard and they are getting all this exercise is a big part of training and rehabilitation and things, but it's not fixing the actual problem. You're just managing it through making your dog tired. Or it's easy for you, and then you're giving your dog too much freedom,
And there's no actual rules and no
structure,
skills.
nothing.
There's a difference between physical exercise and mental exercise.
Bam, yeah.
And the structured walk hits the mental exercise.
Exactly. It's just like you go to school, right? We go to school, we learn. We're mentally exhausted from that after the day, and we haven't even moved, right? We've been sitting in chairs all day, writing, reading, answering questions, working our brain, and we're exhausted after because that's a whole different type of stimulation. We're working our mind, but then we go out during recess or gym class, and we're running, and our body's exhausted.
But there's still rules and structure to recess and gym class.
Absolutely.
You
But
can't
it's
go out-
two totally different exercises.
Yes.
Two totally different things. Yeah.
Because you can't go out, and I just thought of this, I'm going to say it. You can't go out on the recess playground and just start pushing kids. Like, your dog can't just go out in public and start jumping on people.
Absolutely not.
If you started pushing people out on the playground,
Principal.
you're going to lose all your
Time out.
privileges. Time
You're
out.
going in time out. You're not going to get recess. Too much freedom.
Done for a week.
So, what is the structured walk? Getting your dog to walk nicely beside you with no issues. No lunging, no barking, no trailing off on a scent and dragging you places. It shouldn't be a struggle. You shouldn't be restraining your dog. The walk shouldn't be physical. You shouldn't be having to pull and really, really get crazy to try and manage your dog so that it can be walked. So, the structured walk is a way not only for you and your dog to bond, but to create calm awareness of structure. So when we go out, the first thing I always do I use a prong collar on most of the dogs that I teach a structured walk and to stay in a heel position, which you guys will see. And what the prong collar does is it gives a sensation to the neck every time they leave that area that you want them. So it's giving them a little bit of pressure, and then when they're in the spot that we want them, we release the pressure, which you guys will see in the video of us working our dogs. But that is the tool 90% of the time that I use for a structured walk, and that was part of the question is, which tool do you use? Honestly, if you were to use a flat collar on a walk or a harness, those are probably the tools that are giving you guys the biggest issue, because a harness accelerates pulling. It's actually telling the dog to pull, and a flat collar is breaking their trachea because it's just, there's no communication, there's no communication.
Action, reward, correction, reward, pressure, reward, pressure, reward.
So if you don't have that way to communicate with your dog, that tool, then they're never going to learn what the structured walk is. And in our last video, like she said, we talked about engagement a lot in relationship building. You start with that, and then once you already have that, and then we get out for this structured walk, you're already going to have your dogs, you're going to have a little bit more respect and a little bit more attention.
So you have to start with a calm state of mind, no bolting outdoors, sit, wait. You go through the door, tell your dog break. Once everybody's calm, cool, and collected, then we can walk.
Exactly.
If you're not in a calm state of mind, your dog won't be in a calm state of mind. So, structured walk. What are the rules? Go.
You go out in a calm state of mind. Dog walks nicely by you, not in front, not trailing behind, not crossing in front of you. Right by your side in that heel position, which you'll see. No marking on trees, so your dog doesn't get to go out and just pee wherever it wants and pull you towards trees. Doesn't get to go up to people and say hi. No leash greetings to other dogs. Your dog is by you, following you, listening to everything you say. And then if they're complying with that, you're giving them that break or free command to go ahead and use the bathroom. So they don't get to do anything. I know it sounds a little crazy, guys, but this is really how you build that relationship to build the structured walk with a respectful structured walk.
This is the most important piece of dog training.
Yep. And then from there, then you can start to add a little bit more free time in, because your dog's going to be listening to you and knows all these things.
Yep.
So keep freedom to a minimum when you're first starting your structured walk, and then you can build off of it from there. But make it, like I said, very mentally challenging and physically challenging for your dog. And then from there, you guys can do all sorts of different training things. It all starts with that.
It's like a cooking recipe. Somebody once told me. Once you have the actual recipe down, you can throw in a little of this, and you can throw in a little of that, and you can leave that out, and you can add this in. You have that freedom to be flexible, but in the beginning, there's no freedom to be flexible.
Foundation. Build the foundation.
White. So here I'm working my dog Miles. I'm starting with him out in front of me. I'm going to give him some leash pressure here. So I'm pulling on the leash. I'm saying heel. Now with some food and direction from the leash, I'm going to lure him behind my back. Once he gets into my left side, I'm going to tell him good boy. Now I'm using pressure from the leash to tell him stay with me, stay with me. And I'm also using a little bit of food to lure him right by my knee on my left side to make sure he doesn't go too far in front or too far behind. Now from here, I'm going to make a little bit of a turn here so he knows to stay with me. And this is just getting him used to that position. He comes to a stop, he sits, I reward, I say break. Now he's going to get a little break. So after you've completed step number 1, which you just saw with me and my dog Miles, once your dog really knows the position and understands it just by the verbal command, then you can move on to step 2. So here you're going to see Amy working with her dog Bella. As you can see, Bella is on her left side. Is when Amy stops, she's going to give Bella a little bit of pressure with the leash, tell her to sit, and then she's going to release that pressure and tell her good girl. So you see she's taking a couple steps forward, she's stopping, so she's teaching Bella that pressure, release, and reward method, which means every time Amy walks forward, Bella stays by her side. Every time Amy stops, Bella's going to simply come into a sit, or you might have to give a little bit of a correction with that prong collar. Same thing here when you're turning your dog. So you'll see as Amy comes up, she's going to turn around, and as she's turning, she's going to tell Bella, she's going to give her a little bit of pressure and tell Bella to heel. And then as soon as Bella starts coming towards her, she's going to release that pressure. So you're teaching your dog that that position means no pressure, and you're going to get rewarded for being there. So you're going to want to get your dog out, take a few steps forward, make some quick stops, as you see Amy doing here. And when your dog complies, make sure you're giving that reward. You can give a good girl, good boy, you can give a treat, you can throw a toy. So make sure you're mixing up your rewards, and then eventually you'll have a nice dog who walks just like this on your left side, a little bit of pressure, and you can have a nice calm walk. That is the foundation of building a structured walk.
Alright guys, thank you for watching
Thank you for
episode
Dog
number
Talk.
2 of Dog Talk. We love you so much. Stay tuned. Next week we're going to be covering a few different things. So
Reward
thanks for
motivators.
watching. Stay posted on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
See you
Love you
next
guys.
week.
Mwah.